Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. In the last 2 weeks, repeatedly we have spoken about India's naval exercises. Remember, we spoke about exercise Konkan that was recently concluded in India's western coast. We spoke about why does India have exercise Malabar, with which countries? Ultimately, whether it's Malabar, whether it's exercise Konkan, or whether it's a new exercise that is in the news today, the intention is to ensure a law and order based, transparent Indo-Pacific area, with China's domination in the South China Sea as well as China's increasing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Most countries are afraid. Most countries are worried about this expansion, and hence, to counterbalance Chinese monopoly, all of them are now trying to pitch for a better presence and a more systematic law and order in the Indo-Pacific area. With that in mind, today we have another country with whom India is conducting first of its own kind bilateral naval exercise, and this country is South Korea. Yes, it's true. It is in the news right now that India and South Korea have launched their first Navy bilateral exercise. A very important question from the perspective of international relations UPSC, also from the perspective of naval security, joint military exercises, current affairs of international importance. And this exercise is going to have two broad phases. One will be the first harbor phase, that's the initial phase. This will be followed by a more practical sea phase. The purpose is to enhance interoperability between the two navies, India and South Korea. Another area is to boost mutual understanding, to create more trust, to exchange war skills, to exchange various technologies between the navies of the two countries. Now, this is being seen as quite an important development. As India is excited, China watches very carefully. Okay, if you remember, just about last month in September, it was US and South Korea that were conducting a series of exercises. Now, can you remind me which exercises were those? Don't confuse them with Zapad. Zapad was Russia and Belarus, which had a problem being created in the NATO territory. That was different. But we also had another exercise between South Korea and US, against which North Korean leader was also raising his voice. Can you remind me which one was that? If you remember the name, do let me know in the comment box. Similarly, today South Korea is engaging with India. This time, both Indian and South Korean navies will engage in activities like cross deck visits, visiting each other's decks, professional exchanges, exchanging of key information, practicing sharing best modules with each other, sports fixtures, cross training sessions. All this will be the first part, the first phase of the new naval exercise, and this is called the harbor phase. The second phase is the ship phase, the sea phase. Now, this is a more practical and more application based phase. In this phase, both the navies will now conduct joint maneuvers, joint practical exercises in the sea. These exercises will happen between from India INS Sahyadri. So remember the name INS Sahyadri. And from South Korea, it's going to be ROKS Gyeongnam. That's the name of the naval frigate. And now the purpose is to strengthen tactical coordination, operation synergy between each other. So basically, joint naval operations, technique, training modules, interaction, information sharing. Across all these pillars, this exercise will be focusing upon. So India's role is quite important here. Why? Because India is now trying to become the preferred security partner in the Indo-Pacific region. We all understand China's growing monopoly. We just discussed about it. We understand China is towing its 9-line strategy, its string of pearls strategy. So when you talk about string of pearls, yes, India also has invested heavily in the IMEC, India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. That was also in the news today. At the same time, when you talk about China's expansion in the South China, as recently China also had a controversy with Philippines regarding the Scarborough Shoal, regarding the Spratly Islands. So India understands that making a presence in the sea is extremely important, not only for defense, but also for improving India's presence as the leading country in the global south. No wonder we are thinking of enhancing our footprint in the Strait of Malacca. Indeed, India's recent projects like the Great Nicobar project is in the same line. We are focusing upon PM Gati Shakti, we are talking about Mahasagar. And now, Indo Pacific is one area that is geopolitically very sensitive and yet very important. So, both India and South Korea understand that. They know that to counterbalance Chinese monopoly, it is important to have stronger partnerships in this area. After all, these are countries that have shared interests, they have some common values. They do believe in a transparent, they believe in a fair law and order in the Indo Pacific region. They believe that the sea area belongs to each country within its respective economic zone, exclusive economic zone, a key protocol under UNCLOS, something that China has been completely trespassing many times in the last few years. Even when recently the China Philippine controversy happened regarding the Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea, Philippines complained that China is trying to invade into its EEZ, exclusive economic zone. So that's also the purpose of all these exercises, whether you talk about Konkan or Malabar or today, this exercise with South Korea. The purpose is to create law and order, much better international understanding in this key region of Indo-Pacific. So today, as INS Sahyadri has been deployed in the South China Sea, for India, it's a big milestone. As I said, India wants to be a preferred security partner, improve its presence, its importance in this region. And these ongoing exercises are a part of India's naval diplomacy. Now, very recently, there was another comment that came from the Indian naval staff. They said that earlier, Navy used to act as a supplementary force, except perhaps in the 1971 Indo-Pakistan War, when Navy played a key role in driving away Pakistan intrusion. But now the nature of wars have changed. Today we keep talking about theater war style. And when you talk about the theater style of war, you understand that the Navy, Air Force, and military all have to be coordinated, not just across defense, land defense, border defense, but also across cyber security and data protection. So these are the new demands of the day, the new geopolitical realities, and yes, this another naval milestone by India and South Korea is quite in line with that. Cooperation across critical sea lines. Now, talking a little bit about INS Sahyadri. INS Sahyadri is the Shivalik class guided missile stealth frigate. Just remember that for your exam. Also remember it was designed indigenously. So it reminds us of Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is an indigenously designed and commissioned stealth frigate, and it was designed and commissioned back in 2012. So therefore it is quite in line with our own self-reliance India mission. Now do remember that it operates under the Eastern Naval Command that is based at Vishakhapatnam. Now as I talk about Vishakhapatnam, there is one more news that I'm remembering. Just 2 days before we also had a discussion, if you remember, in one of these current affairs videos, where 3 ports from India have now become green hydrogen clusters. So if you remember the names, yes, you can let me know in the comment box, because that's an important thing for your UPSC exam. And on that note, let's come back to this topic. INS Sahyadri has participated so far in numerous, many bilateral and multilateral level naval exercises, operational deployments. It just shows India's self-sufficiency in maritime capabilities. Okay, so quite an important topic there. The key takeaways are India's first time, the bilateral naval exercise with South Korea. Do remember about INS Sahyadri. Remember where is it stationed? Also remember when was it commissioned, and it was indigenously made. And you also need to remember how it is a Shivalik class guided missile stealth frigate. So all these points are important here. And as I mentioned, you can talk about exercise Konkan or Malabar. I asked you a question regarding South Korea, US. You can also leave a thread for discussion on that. And quickly, let's see a practice question here on the same topic. Look at the following statements. 1. INS Sahyadri is a Shivalik class guided missile stealth frigate. It recently made a first time, a debut, a maiden bilateral naval exercise with Republic of Korea at Busan. 2. The exercise has two phases, harbor and the sea phase, aimed at improving interoperability and mutual trust. 3. INS Sahyadri is based in Mumbai under the Western Naval Command. It was imported from South Korea. It's an easy question. Try to answer. You can let me know the response. You can self-verify your answer as well. And now, before I take your leave, this is the Diwali festival season. And what more beautiful, a gift we can think of giving our aspirants, our students, than offering them a series of GS Foundation courses, very, very helpful optional courses, all at very discounted prices, so that your preparation becomes more professional, you enjoy what you study, and there is always a right mentor to guide you. And with that in mind, we have the 2026 UPSC batch. It is a fast track batch sale because now very little time is left for next year prelims. So you can apply for the sale by using code SPLIVE on your screen. Yes, the price is literally as low as 7499 only. And this is available to you in Hindi, English, bilingual. October batches are already in place. You can enroll for a morning batch, evening batch. So there is GS, CSAT, essay writing, current affairs, news, everything that should enable your success. So if you are interested, or anybody you know is interested, a friend, a colleague, somebody who's passionate about UPSC, do let them know. And at the same time, do remember the sale ends on 22nd October. But then even if you have time, say suppose you're preparing for 2027 or 2028, then also you can use this great Diwali Utsav sale. Same procedure, use code SPLIVE on your screen. Price is literally as unbelievable as 18,999. It's a one-time offer of its own kind. Sale ends on 22nd October. All GS optional at heavily discounted price, plus all other CSAT current affairs included. Then similar thing goes for 2028. Since it's a longer term course preparation, the price is 32,999. You can avail the offer today, think about it. But still, if you want more clarity, you want to discuss through it, it's wonderful. Just fill up the form that's there in the description box of this video and we will get back to you. You can have a detailed discussion on that. So thank you so much. Wishing you a very happy festival season. Work hard and stay blessed.